Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel. Peter likes books, because I do. And I like coffee too. Alright, so I came across this video. I actually watched it like when it was first posted, and I kind of like wrote myself a note to like make a response to it, and then I never did it. And so I saw it today come up, and I was like, I like. There's always a word that I repeat over and over and over in all my videos, and today it's apparently like. My dad hated it when I said it in 6th grade, and he probably hates it now. So anyway, Catalyst Reads did a video, and it's called 5 Things I Want to See in Booktube for 2018. And I think it's a fantastic video. I went through and I wrote down notes of every point that he made. And here's my pen. My favorite pen in the entire world, in case you want to know, is the Uniball Signo. So anyway, it's the only one that I buy anymore. He came up with 5 points of things that he wants to see in 2018. I agree with all of them, so I'm going to address them as well, and then I'm going to add one at the end. And I think this would be a really good video for other people to do. So I'm going to link his video below too, because that kind of addresses one of the points on his 5 things he wants to see more of in 2018. I think if other people did this video and we got this video going and people talking about it, and every time somebody added one, like you do his 5 and address them, and then you add one. Does that make sense? I think it could really open a discussion on BookTube about how we'd like to see BookTube change. And one of the things I want to say before I go into this is I adore BookTube. You guys know that. I'm on other parts of YouTube. I have 3 other channels. I feel very blessed to be in such a welcoming community where people are so supportive and they're so nice. Thank you guys, all of you out there. It's such a cool thing to be in the BookTube community on any level, whether you have 2 subscribers or 2 million subscribers. And I just feel like it's such an honor. I love to watch book hauls. I love to watch book lists, book reviews, book tags. I love all that kind of stuff. So there's not really anything on BookTube that I don't like. So for me, I don't feel like there's ever like something wrong that you can do on BookTube. It's just more about what would we like to see more of, if that makes sense. And so he goes in here, and the first thing that he says is, and I thought this was very interesting considering what I'm doing in 2018, is he said he would like to see more. He was talking about singular book reviews. He wanted people to do more reviews of books they've read. And I think it's actually an interesting point. You know, when I started my BookTube channel, I really thought that I would review every book that I read. But what happened over time is that I found that people don't really enjoy book reviews, or the majority of people don't. If you can watch anybody's channel, like, okay, so I've been a huge fan of Connor O'Brien's for a long time. Connor gets about 1,000 views a video. If he does a book review, he gets about half of that. I'm very similar to that. You know, I get like 800 views a video typically, and then if I do a book review, it gets about half of that. And what I have found is that people either love book reviews or they hate them. The same people that love book reviews love all of the book reviews, and they come to your channel because they want to hear what you have to say. I do spoiler-free book reviews on my channel. I'm actually thinking about starting to post spoiler-free and spoiler book reviews like next to each other, because sometimes I do spoiler-free reviews and there's so much that I want to say about a book, right? So, you know, I really believe that we need to be doing more book reviews. I think it's a way for us to, I mean, we're booktubers. We should be talking about books, not just the books we bought. You know what I mean? Like, we should be talking about books. Like, that's at least my opinion on how I feel about it. Do I think that everybody should do them or has to do them? No, I think his last point on here, which I'm going to address, is kind of like do what you want to do, and I agree with that, right? But for those of you out there that want to do book reviews, don't let the view count of the video that you're going to make determine that. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like, the people that love book reviews will come and watch them consistently. And I do them for the author, for me to remember things about the book, and for the people that want to hear about it. You know, like, that's why I do it. Other than that, I don't care if I get 50 views a video or 10 views on the video or whatever. Like, I just want to talk about a book that I read because I love books, you know? The next point he talked about, his number 2 point, was shout-outs. Bigger YouTubers giving smaller YouTubers shout-outs. And I said it in 2017 that I was going to do that in every video in 2018, and I have really fallen Lord. I have really fallen short of that. I apologize. But I want to give Catalyst Reads a shout-out, okay? I've watched his videos for a long time. He doesn't even know that. He never tags me in his video. See? And I am going to link his channel below. Go subscribe to his channel. Let's keep the ball rolling as far as helping people shout out somebody else, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I agree with that. I think it's a really easy way for us to find other people instead of it always being, you know, like we all know the same 10 or 20 YouTubers or booktubers. Let's help expose some other people out there, you know, that are smaller, because there's a lot of smaller YouTubers that are small because nobody's watching their videos, but their content is amazing. And I'll tell you when you really find this out is during Booktubeathon. When people do the challenges and you watch some people's challenge and you're like, oh, like they are an amazing editor. I don't edit my videos, y'all know that. They're an amazing editor. They're really like creatively genius, or creatively a genius, you know, like they think things through and they like the same books I do. So we need to be doing more shout outs so that other people can be exposed to that. And that's why I did the booktuber tag. If you guys haven't done it, go do it. Okay. Number 3, he said, less disclaimers. Please speak freely. Don't be afraid to stand by your opinion. And I agree with that. You know, like I feel like I watch, there's 2 kinds of videos when it comes to book discussions. I feel like it's either somebody says, well, now I don't want anybody to get mad at me when I talk about what I'm going to say in this video. I know there's a lot of people that really like this book, but I'm like, did you like the book or did you not like the book? If you thought it was shit, say the book was shit, okay? I didn't like it. I just said that the other day about the magic art of tidying up. I hated it. And the thing is that your viewers will respect that because then they'll know, hey, this person is honest, okay? But when you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I don't know. The other thing I don't like, though, and the opposite of that is everybody that comes out and every book they just trash. They don't like any book. There's not you cannot please this person, okay? Like they don't like any book unless it's by one author. Like I'm like, seriously? Like that's the easiest way for me to stop watching somebody is if every review they're like, I gave it a 2, I gave it a 2, I gave it a 2. I'm like, what do you like? You know what I mean? Like, seriously? I give like most books that I read 4 or 5s because I don't think I would pick up a book unless I kind of liked the idea of it. You know what I mean? I do think we should DNF more books, me included. Okay, number 4, he said that he thinks we should continue to make new friends. And what he was talking about is that a lot of people do like the booktuber newbie tag on there, and we'll all come over there and we'll comment on their videos and we'll like their videos and we'll sometimes follow them on Twitter and stuff like that. And Twitter is an amazing place to like follow booktubers and have conversations. I feel like booktubers are very active on Twitter. I feel like they're one community of YouTube, other than like the beauty community, that is extremely, extremely active on Twitter. And it's weird because I have 2 Twitter accounts. I have my main Twitter account, and then I have my Peter Likes Books Twitter account. And I almost kind of feel like when I shift over there that I'm going into another world, you know, like a kinder, nicer world a little bit. But no, and I think that's true. I think we need to reach out to more people, try to do more buddy reads, just say, hey, I liked your video, you know, acknowledge people, give them validation, and not just in the comment sections of their videos, but in emails, in direct messages, on Twitter, things like that. I think that would be really nice. And I think most of us are on here because we want to have friends that like books and talk about books. I mean, like I do. Like that's a big one for me, you know? And then his 5th point, which I kind of feel like should go without saying, but I agree with it, is that he says, have fun, read what you want to read, when you want to read it, and post when you want to post videos. And I totally agree with that. You know, I think there's like this kind of misnomer that happens, especially when you start getting on BookTube, that like, oh, I have to post this many videos, or I have to do that, and whatever. And I'm kind of at the point now, like I said at the beginning of the year, that I wanted to post a video every day for the year of 2018, and I do, but I missed a couple days. You know, yesterday was not a good day for me. I had too much going on, and I couldn't post a video. And I'm not the YouTuber, God, I wish I was, like Dylan and Connor and those people that, they film videos like a month in advance. I'm like, they'll have like 30 videos. I'm like, oh my God, how do you do that, right? And, but you know, post what you want to post, read what you want to read. I mean, that's what we should be having fun about this, you know, on this. And I'll tell you the interesting thing about read what you want to read. I have found more books from booktubers talking about books that I never even knew existed, and I'll be like, oh my God, you know? Like one of the people that, oh God, I'm gonna get the author name right. I think it's Raymond Carver. I'm almost positive, but he wrote a short story book called Cathedral. Adam and Mintamori talked about Raymond Carver. I read a short story of Raymond Carver's when I was in undergraduate school 20 some years ago, right? Hadn't read anything about him since. Adam went in and read all of Raymond Carver's books. And so I was like, I want one. So I read one for Booktubeathon. I read Cathedral. Fell in love with Raymond Carver. I would never have picked up that book if I had not seen that video, you know? And so I think it's really, really important for us to, you know, open ourselves up to other kinds of books that are out there, if that makes sense. Now, My one that I'm adding to this, and this is not on here, but I think it's really, really important, is that I think that we need to have more Booktube discussions. We need to have more discussions about books. We need to have more discussions about bookish things, authors. You know, I did a commentary video on authors responding to Goodreads messages and things like that. You know, Francina Simone, who I love, she does a lot of book discussions on her channel, and she does a lot of important and very important book discussions. And I think what happens is we watch those videos, a few people make responses, but we don't allow the discussion to keep on going on. And I think for us to respect one another and to continue these conversations, I think is important. To talk about what we think about certain books and what we think about the themes of certain books. What do we think about the bookish community? What do we think about ways that publishing is happening? Because really at the end of the day, whether we have 5 subscribers or 5 million subscribers on Booktube, we are the ones that are keeping that discussion alive, depending on how much we continue to talk about it. And I think it's important. I think each of us out there in the Booktube, Bookstagram, book blog, bookish community, whether you're a reader or you participate, is very, very important. And we have to remember that we're all part of this community that loves books. It all comes out of a passion that we have for loving to read and what that does for us as a person. And, you know, there are moments that we can take that very, very seriously, and there are other moments that we can be very lighthearted about it. But I do think that we need to continue to have discussions. So, here's your rules. Okay, number 1, go subscribe to Catalyst Reads. I'm going to leave his link below. Number 2, I want y'all to do this video, and I want you to add one more thing that you, on top of the 5 that you would do, okay? So, I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.